what really determines, how good your team is going to be is how long you can stay locked in. I think a good example of that was when we went to Belton. We were just coming off a tournament where we didn't do so hot, and it's because we weren't focused. We got off track, and I think that's what ended up leading to us not doing so well. But at Belton, we kind of just stayed focused the entire time. It's a long time to sit there and be focused on fishing, especially when
Mhm,
you're not catching anything.
mhm.
You just gotta, trust the process, stay locked in, and you'll find success that way.
Faith Angler Network Real Talk, where faith, fishing, and friendships come together.
Hey, fan family, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host. I'm Jeff Cook. And today in the studio, we are blessed to have Brayden Crook with us. Brayden comes from the Lampasas Badger Fishing Team. He's a varsity linebacker. He's also a National Honor Society student. Today, we're going to talk about balancing high school fishing. We're going to talk about athletics and football and academics and how faith helps him balance everything together. So, welcome.
So nice to meet you, sir.
Yes, sir. Great to see you here, not at the lake. So,
Yes, sir.
very good. So, Brayden, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Few of my hobbies, have obviously consist of football, fishing. I love being outside, out in the element. Love working out, doing stuff with my hands, everything like that. I just recently started fishing not too long ago, maybe a little bit, almost a year ago now.
Okay.
Yeah, like actually getting into it. I did it when I was younger, of course, but through the past year, being around my friend Tucker, who is my fishing partner, he
Hmm.
kind of got me into it, and we had several conversations about it, about getting into tournament fishing. And I was like, yeah, maybe one day. And it was just recently that made that decision. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and everything. So
Fishing about it. This is your first season, or did you fish last season?
this is my first season.
All right. Well, what do you think about it so far?
It's a little stressful, but when it's all said and done, you get to have almost that relief, especially if you do good. I wasn't able to fish in the last one, but the very last tournament I did, it was for the Texas High School Bass Association at Belton. We did pretty good. Got 21st out of I think 96 teams.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats. Yeah. That's a lot of fun. So it is pretty competitive. You're juggling a lot.
Oh yeah.
You're on the obviously academically you're doing really, really well, and I
Oh
think
yes,
that
sir.
is the most important. You're on the football team and you're doing fishing. How do you do all of that and keep up with your grades, and how does faith help you align and balance everything?
Well, I think when you talk about the academic standpoint of it, really you got to give that credit to my parents. How they really they keep it they keep make sure that I stay on top of it, whether I like it or not. It's definitely helped me throughout my entire time being in school. I don't always see the good in it, but for sure that they are really the ones that see the better in me and push me to be at my full potential. When it comes to faith, I struggle with it, but prayer is simply one of the easiest ways to keep yourself going through the good and the bad. I feel like oftentimes during the bad we forget about it and we tend to blame certain things on God that maybe we shouldn't. But I feel like it's just a part of life. You have to learn it. So
Yeah, there's a part of just faith and just learning how to walk through life, knowing, I mean, all things work for the good of God for those that believe. And we are all thrown curveballs. We talk about the fiery arrows in the armor of God, but I admire your ability to balance all of that out. When I was reading through your bio, if you will, and so all right, so he's doing competitive fishing, football. Talk about football. How long have you been on the football team?
I've been playing football since I was 6 years old. From a young age, my dad got me into it, and to answer your question about how you balance it all, a simple way of putting it is you lean on the others around you, and others lean on you. You trust. Like a saying for us is because I'm a defense player. Trust the guy around you to do your job, and know how to do yours, and you'll be successful.
Okay.
Lean on the people around you, and know that they have your back.
Yeah.
And you'll be successful.
That's a good tip right there. Hope y'all are taking notes out there in the cyber world. Um, well, let's talk a little bit about the Lampasas Badger Fishing Team. You've been on the team a little over a year, and let's talk about it. How did you get connected through Tucker?
Mhm.
Do you know much about how the team got started, or any of the basics as far as the Lampasas Badger Fishing Team?
Actually, I don't. When I met Tucker, I knew he was on the fishing team. I think it was his first year, just because he was a freshman. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's when his first year was. And I always like I always heard about it. I never really thought anything of it because I didn't grow up fishing. I moved around a lot because my parents were in the military, so
Mm,
I never really grew up fishing. I grew up hunting, just not fishing. So I never really gave it a second thought. And there would be times, we would have conversations about it, and he would ask me, he would be like, you know, is there any chance that you potentially would be interested in ever doing this? And I
he's
was like,
recruiting.
yeah. And I was like, I mean, maybe I would just have to practice. I don't know how to do a lot of it. And, there's still a whole bunch I'm learning now. My captain, Jason, he's sitting over there. He's always teaching me different things. And he's just like my parents. He's hard on me, but he's doing it for the better. And, he sees potential in me. And, I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's really, captains play such a pivotal role in what we do in this sport, and we just don't take them for granted because they are a mentor, they are a coach, and they also are a discipler as
Hmm.
well on the water. And I think it's so important. And I hope to have a podcast just talking about captains at some point. Well, you mentioned kind of the fellowship and the brotherhood, if you will. What's the best part of being on the fishing team?
I think the competing aspect of it, you get all hyped up and right before a tournament, you get excited and everything, and then uh what really determines, how good your team is going to be is how long you can stay locked in. I think a good example of that was when we went to Belton. We were just coming off a tournament where we didn't do so hot, and it's because we weren't focused. We got off track, and I think that's what ended up leading to us not doing so well. But at Belton, we kind of just stayed focused the entire time. It's a long time to sit there and be focused on fishing, especially when
Mhm.
you're not catching anything. You just gotta, trust the process, stay locked in, and you'll find success that way.
Well, yeah, no, there's no question about that. And so we talked a little bit about having a coach or a mentor that has made a big impact on to you, and that could be either through athletics or fishing. But tell us a little bit about a captain or a coach or a mentor that's made a big impact on you. And it could be all of the above. A sport, it could be football, it could be fishing, it could be a teacher.
I would say for me, it would have to be my defensive coordinator. His name's Coach Warner. Shout out Coach Warner, man.
Shout
He
out, Coach Warner.
he knows so much about football, and when we're going through whether it's film sessions or we're on the field, he'll get angry, he'll raise his voice, but he's teaching. He's always teaching because he has so much knowledge just about the game. It's amazing how he can just think on the fly and be like, "Hey, you're supposed to do this. Well, we got to do this to fix this." Especially in a game when we're on the sideline, and we just came off a drive. Offense scores, and he comes to the sideline, gets the whiteboard, and he's like, "All right, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we can't do, and this is what we got to do to be better." And he thinks of it on the fly. He's just got that much knowledge, and it makes us all better
Hmm,
because he's just that much of a leader,
that's
and I think it
great.
goes unappreciated most times.
How many of high school anglers on the team also play football?
As far as I know, I believe me and then Trent are the only ones. I could be wrong, but I believe that me and Trent Rogers are the only
Okay.
people.
Well, I was just curious. I know some programs are pretty heavy on both, which can be complicated because they've got to
Yeah.
choose about, maybe a Saturday film day or something.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's a hard thing to balance.
Oh yeah.
But between football, practice, tournaments, and schoolwork, what's a normal week look like for you?
Monday morning, it's just a scouting report, getting to know your opponent, a lot of film. obviously the schoolwork stays about the same. Obviously there's a test here and there, but Monday morning scouting report, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're really working on yourself. Sharpening your skills and your game plan and everything like that. Thursdays, recovery day, but you're finalizing the game plan almost. Friday's game day. Saturday, if we have a tournament that day, no film, 4 a.m. wake up time, and you fish until typically 3 o'clock.
Mhm. Right.
Weigh in and everything. You go home. Sunday church, and then work. Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Sunday. It just kind of depends. How available you are. It's kind of hard to balance it all out sometimes with how busy I end up being,
Mhm.
but it usually ends up working itself out. So, but yeah, a lot of my time does go to football, uh, and then fishing, of course, on the weekends more so.
Yeah.
So,
I wanna talk, just fishing for a minute
mhm.
here. What is your favorite technique of fishing? Like, do you like to is there a specific bait or a style of fishing that you like to do? Do you like spinner baits, fishing jigs, top waters? I mean, what do you have anything that you
I kind of use a little bit of everything right now. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm still learning. I've more so used kind of like some finesse almost, like
Mhm.
with soft plastics and everything. I kind of, to be honest with you, I use whatever I when we do these practice days. I typically use whatever my captain uses, just so I could learn it.
Mm.
Just because of you know the inexperience that I have, I take whatever opportunity I can to learn a little bit more about it. And it's good that he does it. Whenever I can, I don't ever tell him no. Like if there's any reason that I can go or that I can't go, I try and wash it out of the way so I can get these
Yeah.
opportunities. Because like I said, I'm learning and I'm trying to be better for my team. Tucker and Jason have years of experience just because they grew up doing it. So whenever the opportunity presents itself, I try and jump on it so that way I can learn more about the sport.
And that's I love this because when everyone's out there in various skill levels, whether they've been out tournament fishing or fishing for years with a family member, and then we have someone that's relatively new to fishing, and so your advice to others that are going, man, I love fishing, but I don't really know how to prepare myself for this. I don't know what to do. And let's talk about that a little bit more because I think you can share some things that people would really love to hear that are in your spot.
Well, so like if we have a tournament that week, usually a Wednesday night is when I get all my stuff together, get all my stuff tied on, rod sleeves, any cold weather gear I need, and then Jason all the time sending us, pictures of Google Earths or Navionics of the lake, videos on the different elements, what we should do. It takes Oh, just a lot of mental preparation
Mm,
because just like football, it's a very mental thing. Once you're mentally knocked out of the sport, you're not going to perform well just because you're thrown off. And so that brings me back to the thing. Staying locked in is just one of the most important things when you're in that tournament aspect because once you lose focus and you take your eyes off the prize, you're not going to find success that way. So.
mm. Well, tell me about a time when you're locked in and things aren't going well. And so you might be razzled, you might be frustrated. Tell us about a time when that's happened and what brought you back to that focus.
I think it was her very first tournament. The first hour went great. We were catching all kinds of fish and we hit a lull. And for hours, we didn't catch hardly anything. And, for me, I started to get a little frustrated. It was a different environment. I wasn't, used to being under that amount of pressure for that amount of time. And so, one thing that like my captain kept telling me, he was like, you can't get frustrated when things aren't going your way because they're just going to continue to not go your way.
Mm,
And so towards the end of the tournament, we did end up doing a little bit better. Like I said, we didn't do too good, but yeah, after that first hour, we hit that lull, and then one thing after another, and you kind of lose your cool a little bit when things don't go your way, obviously. So definitely, I had to work on that. brings me back to this past Friday. I got into a little bit of a altercation with another player. Something wasn't going my way. I didn't like the way he was blocking me, and I did some things I shouldn't have done. Got pulled out of the game for a little while. You got to keep your cool. Once you lose your cool, you lose the ability to perform how you want to perform, whether you realize it or not in the moment.
Wow. How has your faith helped you navigate or stay focused through football and fishing?
Well, I think a good example of it is that how Jason prays with us before every tournament. Before it starts getting lighter out. Obviously, daylight savings time it may be a little bit different now, but for the first two tournaments, it starts getting lighter out, so we start getting ready. Uh, we wake up, obviously, sometimes we fall asleep out there. We get out there quite early sometimes, and he says, "All right, you guys ready to pray?" So we pray for however long it is. Jason says really good prayer every single time, and he never misses. And I think that whether I don't think we realize it enough, but I think it helps us a lot. Just bringing God into that arena, into that area, and just allowing Him to guide us with what we're doing at the time. I think it helps us a lot.
Yeah, there's so many times, and there's so much power when you invite God into that space, because God is a God of love and peace, and there's no room for anything else when you bring that in. So I
Hmm.
love that you guys do that, and I encourage that. So, do you have a favorite Bible verse?
I do. It's James 1:12. It's
James
James 1:12.
James
It's
1:12.
blessed is the man who stays steadfast under trial, for he will receive the gift of eternal life.
Hey, praise God. That's
Yes, sir.
excellent. Very good. Good. And I think when just in this section, when we're talking about faith and sports and everything, I look at a scripture that's trust in the Lord with all your heart and not lean in your own understanding. And that's Proverbs 3:5. And I think that is so important, because we all try to internalize it on how we understand it.
Mm.
And God's ways are so much different than ours.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna jump in a little bit more into lessons from both fishing and football, which we may have already tapped on a little bit. But um, what lessons have you learned about football that carry into fishing?
I think I'm what I mentioned earlier. Lean on the people around you. I kind of sort of keep repeating myself, but they're very similar. It's a mental thing.
Yeah, well,
You
you
have to,
can't overstate that. I mean,
right.
again, we're talking to folks out there that are, we're hoping that you share things with them that they can go, all right, I heard that enough. I get it. I'm writing it down. I'm gonna lock it in. So
Yeah, I mean, you can't stress it enough, especially for football. You hear it all the time. The most mentally tough team is going to win. The team who wants it more is going to win. A simple thing like film session. If you're mentally locked in, you're taking mental notes. You're paying attention to what the coaches have to say, and you're actually you will reap the benefits more than if you're messing around, maybe not paying attention, dozing off more than you should.
so wait a minute. You don't doze off during film then,
No,
do you?
no, sir,
Okay.
never,
Just want y'all to know that's not what he
never.
just said. Never.
No, yeah, I'm always locked in, and I think a even better example, we went and we played Stephenville, very, very good team, and big rain delay lasted about 2 hours, and, one of the things that Coach Rogers, our head coach, said right before we walked out of the locker room, we were down 42-7, and he said, "The most mentally tough team is a team that will win." And obviously, we didn't finish the game, but it's just it's good that our generally our entire coaching staff is always preaching mental toughness, physical toughness. Iron sharpens iron. We're only as strong
Mm.
as our weakest link. You gotta lean on the people around you, and you have to be mentally tough.
So that same analogy, and as my fishing career, competitive fishing, and you got to stay focused. And my analogy to that in fishing, you might not you might be fishing a ledge where you had found fish on practice. They're just not there. You don't give up. A lot of times I'll go back to that ledge and I'll continue fishing it, because in my mind, I know fish are going to show up. So that just sticking with it, having that positive mental attitude, that confidence that, if you practiced well, if you've done all of the pre-work, you've done everything, that you can see success and results by staying focused on that game plan.
Oh yeah,
And
100%.
that, I think that's something that it's hard to do in fishing because people want to bounce a lot and go and run different spots. And sometimes you have to do that. But a lot of times you just have to, because the fish they don't know your game plan.
Oh no, not at all.
They're just showing up a little bit late. They just move in a little bit late. So you want to try to time that right. So how do you handle disappointment on tough days?
I guess one of the things that I always think about is control what you can control and adapt to the things that you can't.
Yeah.
There's always only so much that you can do about, certain things in life. Things are going to happen. Things aren't going to go your way. And something that, again, is preached all across the football field, in the locker room, in the meeting room, control what you can control.
Mhm.
Things are going to happen. You got to have a play the next play mindset. You got to, if let's say you got a fish on, breaks off at the boat, you got to cast back out there. The fish aren't going to jump out of the water and bite the hook.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to land in the net?
Yeah. you gotta have a play the next play mindset. Things are gonna happen. You just gotta adapt and you gotta move on.
That is a very, very true statement and very, very common. All right. Lightning round. I'm going to go 3 or 4 questions. Just the first thing that comes to your mind. What's your favorite bait or lure?
Texas rig lizard.
Dream lake you'd like to fish?
Ooh, I don't know. Actually, I've not thought about that one yet.
Okay, fair enough. Tougher opponent, a 6-pound bass or a 6'8" running back?
6'8" running back.
Right on.
Those 6'8" running backs are different.
I love it. And your favorite professional angler?
Again, I haven't thought about that yet. I have.
You can say Tucker. That's okay.
I guess Jason is pretty much the closest professional fisherman I've been around.
Hey, fair enough. You know what? I love that you're new to the sport and you're embracing it. You don't have to have all these. So, who's your favorite football player?
Probably CJ Stroud.
Okay.
Texans quarterback. I'm a big Texans guy. So
we'll come back and do this podcast next time. Maybe you'll have a favorite angler that you can share with us, and so that's really fun. All right. Well, thanks a bunch, Brayden. Thank you for coming to the studio. You are a great example of what balance and faith and discipline look like. And shout out to the Lampasas Badger Fishing Team and to all the fan anglers out there. You guys, we love you. We're so appreciative of you. And, I hope you liked this episode. Leave a comment. Let's give him some love and shout out and subscribe, and do all the things. We'll have a link somewhere, and just help us continue to do this and keep inviting young student anglers into this program so we can learn from them. And I'm just going to close in a little bit of a scripture. Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. And that is Matthew 5:16. Thank you, brother.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir. Of
it.
course.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
See you on the water. Thank you, Brayden. That was a great interview. I love how you use your faith to balance your academics, the National Honor Society, football, varsity linebacker for the Lampasas Badgers, and now jumping into high school fishing. Thank you for sharing, and I hope you out there and the fan family, are taking this in and also trying to adapt some of the basic principles of how we can use the Lord to help us navigate our daily activities. Now, let's jump into the results for the Faith Angler Network qualifier number 1 on Lake Belton. It was a lot of fun, and we were super excited to kick it off with some records being broken. First place, you're going to get a $500 each, $1,000 total in the letter. There's a letter in there that also tells you how to redeem it. You got in addition, you got the new Bass Pro Carbon Light combos. And Captain gets the Shimano. Hold that up loud and proud. The new Shimano reel. So well done. All right, we're going to ask you some questions. Tell us how you planned your day today and how you caught your fish. And we want a fishing tip. Oh, I don't have to do that. Hold that. I forgot.
What we did.
Do that because I can't hear it.
Oh. No, do this. It's like big TV time.
Okay. We just practice a lot out here. We came out here. We've been out here for a couple weeks, fishing every weekend, and just finding the fish.
What tip or trick do you have to share?
Just do a lot of practice on the lake.
Any particular lure works especially well for you?
Chatterbait.
All right, very good. Tell us what you got to say about it today.
So mainly we had 2 spots that we just were going to try fishing all day, and it worked out pretty well. And like you said, we caught them on chatterbait, and 2 of them caught on a whopper plopper, which was good. So, yeah.
Very cool. All right, Captain.
All right. Yeah, no, it was a pleasure to see the boys work so hard today. Going back to the same spot a couple of times and just really working to cull fish. So they worked really well together.
Apparently so, y'all. Very good. What was your weight?
1302.
1302. All right. And you guys, sorry, but you got more bling. You got to go down there and pick up your first place plaque. So go down there and get your plaque. They'll get some pictures. And thanks. There they are, everyone. First place. Team Colin, Colton Manning, Tucker Roman. Come on up with 11:56. Come on up, guys. And we've got some captain prizes we got to give away too. So we don't want to forget y'all captains. You got to be here to win. All right. So
Thank you.
and they get gift cards too.
Yes, I know.
She knows. She's saying, be quiet, old man. I know. All right, guys. So second place, you're going to get those Costa glass sunglasses. They are top of the line Costa products. You're also going to get a $50 Cabela's gift card. Well done. Tell us same thing. How did you catch your fish?
We were throwing a Texas rig a lot, and that was really it. We just threw Texas rig and caught.
All right.
We threw chatterbaits too.
Little mix of chatter and slow and fast.
Yes, sir.
Anybody you guys want to thank for today?
My dad.
All right. Anything else?
He's the captain.
All right. All right, Captain, come over here. And tell us how your day went.
We went pretty slow for a while, and then we picked up once we got a little bit deeper, and then caught our last fish on the very last cast of the day. So just keep fighting until the very end.
Keep fighting until the very end. Let's give it up. They also have some plaques. Oh, they got their plaques. You go down there and get some pictures, and then we'll get up number 3. What? Bernie Bass Club with a very close third place, 11:38. Jason Van Dyke and Eli Mia. What? Talk about getting on a boat at the last minute. How did that happen? Good job. All right. Did they also have the big bass?
No, I got second. Big bass.
Who's got big bass? Okay. I got it. I see Big Bass. We see you, Big Bass. We'll get to you here in just a moment. We'll get through top 3. We'll go to Big Bass. We'll do a captain drawing, and then we'll just get everybody down there, and we'll go through the rest of the teams with the gift cards. Yes, of course.
I'm saying these are these kids' first tournament ever. Both of them in their place and third place. Like,
well, come on up, Jed. Come on, Jed. No. We got a minute for some. We love sharing good information.
That's a good story.
Give Jed a big hand right here. Big Jed took a hook in the face today, but we don't talk about that. Or did I?
It's fine. It's not. It's right here.
Just make sure you
I just wanted to say something neat about this.
Little video.
What's that?
No, now go.
Okay. These 2 young men here, this team came together ultra last minute. We had, first of all, it's their first tournament ever, both of them. and then came together last minute when a boat had an opening on the way here yesterday. So just super super happy for these young men. Anyway, just want to say that.
Thank you. All right. Well, there's a testimony. First tournament, going home with the bling. All right. Well, let's see if we can't do this. Let's find out. Tell us your name.
Elijah Mejia.
Jackson Van Dyke.
Kyle Van Dyke.
All right. Talking into this one, we got to try to capture this one for the video. All right. How'd you catch your fish today?
Shaky head and chatterbait.
All right. What did you do?
I caught all my fish on the chatterbait.
All of them on the chatterbait. Okay. Anybody you guys want to thank or recognize for today?
My mom and dad.
Good answer.
My dad.
Want to say anything?
I'm proud of both of these boys. They really came together as a team last second, and shout out to both of them.
Shout out to both of them. There you go. Very cool. Okay. Go get you some pictures, and now what are we going to do? We're going to do big bass. Who caught it?
Me.
All right. He can share with you, but he wins the big bass prize. You just have to catch the next big bass, okay? But you're a team, so we're going to recognize you both. And was that a youth record?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to figure out how to make that happen. So, tell us how you caught your fish.
I caught the fish with a whopper plopper, and it doesn't work. And it just smoked it once I started reeling it, and it just smoked it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. Is it just?
You gotta get really close to it.
Just gotta hold it really, really close. What'd you catch your fish on?
A whopper plopper.
A whopper plopper. Did it blow up more than once? Did you miss it?
It blew up a couple times.
Was it exciting?
Yeah.
All
Got
right.
the heart going.
It did. So what about you? How did you feel when you saw that big fish on his whopper plopper?
I didn't really know. I just saw something smoke it, and then he just started screaming to get the net, and then adrenaline started going.
All right. Well, you get the Shimano reel for big bass.
I really hope that's something that
Let's give it up. Good job, y'all. Thanks, man. All right. Hey, fan family, that's a wrap for this Thanksgiving edition of Real Talk. I hope you're enjoying these interviews where these student anglers share their success on the water, their faith journey, and how they incorporate both of those on the water, on the field, and in school and with their family. If you are, please like our channel, subscribe, and leave a comment. Maybe who would you like to see us interview next? We love y'all, and we'll see you on the water. Thanks for watching this episode of Real Talk, where faith, family, and fishing come together. This episode was brought to you by Shimano USA, Quality Fishing Tackle.